Okay, good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, Miss.
How
Good
are you guys
afternoon.
doing today?
Good.
Fine,
Great.
thank you.
Good. And you guys sound eager, you guys sound energetic, and you sound ready. Now, today we'll be looking at the branches of agriculture. But before we start that, I want to see who remembers what we did the last time. Go ahead. I'm seeing all the hands. Very well. I love this. Go ahead. Anybody could answer.
Importance of agriculture.
Good. Importance of agriculture. So another mic was unmuted. Go ahead. What else?
I was going to say the same thing.
The same thing. Importance of agriculture. And what is agriculture?
Agriculture is the growing of crops and the rearing of animals that is useful to man.
Very well. You guys could use the emoji to give her a clap. Very good, Akisha. Good. So we also look at how the nomads or the primitive man hunt for food. You guys remember? Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
Miss.
Good. What is one way in which they hunt or one way in which they survive? What did they do? Go ahead.
hunting,
Hunting. I actually said that one. What else?
Fishing.
Fishing. Picking wild berries and so on. I'm glad that you guys remember. Now, following after today's lesson, what did we say the topic is? What is our topic for today?
Branches of agriculture.
Very well. Kristen is listening. Branches of agriculture. Now, after today's lesson, you'll be aware of the various branches, right? And I hope that it would create a desire in you to, study agriculture, choose an agricultural path, right? So let me share my screen. Share the entire screen. Let me know when you guys can see my screen, right?
I can see it.
Can see it? Good.
I can see it too.
Yes.
Okay, good, great. Good. So there are basically 5 main branches of agriculture, right? There is, someone read for me, who can see the screen? Read the 2 first point for me. Look, on the content.
Livestock, livestock production and crop.
Crop production, agricultural economics, agricultural engineering, and agricultural education. When you hear the term livestock production, what comes to mind? When you hear livestock, what comes to mind? Go ahead, I'm seeing the hand. You
Minding
guys,
chicken.
minding chicken. What else? Someone else was saying something. Livestock.
Cow.
Yes, correct. Good. Crop production now. When you hear crop production, what comes to mind?
Planting.
Planting. Very well. So livestock is commonly defined as domesticated animals, right? Animals that we keep for food, right? And in some cases to help us with crop production. So who can tell us? We already had 2. We had chicken, which comes on the poultry. You would find on the poultry, you would find ducks. What else? Duck, chicken. Name another bird that we eat.
Goose.
Goose. Turkey, right? So name another, on the livestock, another domesticated animals, if you can. Animal, if you can. What else we eat? We use as meat. We already had cow, and from the
Cow.
cow, what do we
Pigs.
get?
Pigs.
Yes, pigs. From the pigs, what do we get?
Pork.
Pork. Very well. From the cow?
Beef.
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 Good. So in this branch of agriculture, livestock production, what else besides meat do we get from them?
Clothes.
Clothing. Very well. Right? The leather, the skin of the cow is used to make leather. Okay. So livestock is commonly defined as domesticated animals that are raised in an agricultural setting. When we say domesticated, we keep them indoors. We keep them, we mind them. They're not out in the wild, right? They're raised to produce labor commodities such as meat, egg, milk. Someone rightly said leather, fur, and even wool, right? The term is sometimes used to refer solely to those that are bred for consumption, while other times it refers to farm ruminants, right? Livestock ruminants are those animals that have one stomach with four chambers, right? Or four compartments. You will learn this as you go up into the higher grade, right? However, I just have to touch on it a bit for you to get an understanding. So those like cattle and sheep, goat, and pig, those are referred to as ruminants or domesticated animal or livestock, right? So when people say, oh, I have my livestock, they're talking mostly about cattle or sheep and goat, right? But poultry comes under there, right? Good. With who can tell me what crop production is? Someone said planting. Can we have a more in-depth definition? Anybody? Okay. So crop production is a branch of agriculture that deals with the growing of crop for food, right? It includes, you would find different crops like grains. You know your grains, what comes on the grain? Name a grain that we consume in Guyana.
Rice.
Very well, rice, right? It's widely consumed. Cotton, tobacco, your fruits, right? Vegetables, nuts, and different crops grows best in different soil type and so on. We're going to look at soils in the next class, and then we're going to look at soil type and so on, and then we'll know what crop is best suited. When you hear economics, right? Agricultural economics, what do you think that is?
Money.
Money.
Money, very well, right? Who loves money?
Me.
Oh, thought you guys weren't answering, right? Okay, so agricultural economics is a study of how society use available resources to meet the needs of people. Agriculture represents the single largest use of the earth resources. So when we talk about economics, like you guys said, money, we're talking about money. In this case, we're looking at the higher heads, right? The bigger heads, the minister, the president, and so on, you know, allocating money. You guys know what the budget is? You guys know what a budget is? Okay.
No.
Okay. You will find out what is a budget and the role the president plays in the budget, or the government plays in the budget, and we will have a discussion next class. Right? So I was saying that economics speaks of money and the allocation of monies to the agricultural sector. Good. I think this last one, the last main branch, speaks for itself. Agricultural education. What do you think? What do you think agricultural education is?
Learning about agriculture.
Very well, right? So agricultural education teaches students about agriculture again, food and resources, right? How it benefits us, right? Like for instance, at the starting of the class, I asked you who could remember what agriculture is. And you guys were able to tell me, you know, it provides food, it provides clothing, it provides shelter. It's important for our survival, right? So it's important for us to be educated on that. You guys know, and we're living in Parika here, right? You guys attend Parika school. You know the stigma that is attached to it, right? We discussed this at the assembly. How, you know, in terms of choosing your subjects and so on, how people believe that agriculture is only for duns, right? But if you look at it, who are the rich ones in the community where you live? Where do you live, Akila? Which part of Parika? In the Bagdam facade, where?
The prick back down, miss.
Good. And who controls the majority of the money there?
The farmers.
Farmers, very well, because I live right in this community too. And I can tell you I'm definitely not rich or rich like the farmers, right? Good. Any question?
Yes, miss.
Any question? Okay,
No, miss.
No, miss.
good. Okay, before I have an activity for you, but before I do that, I would love, let me stop sharing. Good. Who can remember one branch of agriculture? How much of you I have here? If everybody could state a branch, that would be nice. Yes, go ahead. I'm seeing your hand, go ahead.
Livestock production.
Livestock production, very well. Next,
Agriculture economics.
agriculture economics. You sound like you like money, Kristen. Right, next,
Crop production.
crop production. Obiki in the class, Obiki, you're here, you were silent all night. She's probably not with us. All right, and then there is agricultural engineering. I actually forgot that one. Agricultural we didn't went through that.
Agricultural education, miss. Sorry.
Very well, thank you, Vicky. Agricultural engineering is the area of engineering concerned with the design and construction of new technologies that would make farming easier for the farmers or for us at large, right? Remember, first time, people used to pick rice. How was rice harvested before? Anybody knows? It's a right or wrong answer, right? I'm asking your opinion. How was rice harvested before the invention of
By hand.
combine? By hand, using what is known as a sickle, right? We will learn about that as we move down during the term, right? Some people might know it as a grass knife, right? It has a wooden handle with a curved blade, right? And they used to walk through that field and just harvest by hand, which I think is very tedious and hard, right? I'm happy that we're present in a time when agricultural engineering is up and running. What is something else that they invented that makes life easier for us? How did we clear the land first?
Binder.
Pardon me? Pardon me?
A combine.
Combine, yes, the combine replaced the sickle, right? Or the grass knife. They also, instead of using a fork, right? We now have the plow or the tractor. Very well, thank you. Right? Good. So agricultural engineering, that branch of agriculture is the engineering, the science behind the inventions, right? Behind the tractor, behind even the drones that the farmers could now stay at home, operate their drone, but they're still observing their field. Then they have drones that go out and even water or apply fertilizer or pesticides to the land, right? Using a drone or the overhead plane and so on, all that is the use of technology, which is termed agricultural engineering. Good. So yes, we had agricultural education from Biki. So we covered all. I'm going to share my screen again, and I have a little activity. However, you won't be able to complete it there unless you take a screenshot and then, right? So you could just tell me the number, which number goes to what, right? I'm going to share again. Let me know when you're seeing the screen. I have to show you it.
Seeing the screen, miss.
You're seeing it up to number 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Tell me when you're ready for me to scroll. I want you to just observe the pictures here and then I'll scroll down. Now, you note number 1? The numbers at the top of the picture, right?
Yes,
Good. Look at
Yes,
the
miss.
last picture, number 5.
Yes, miss.
And can you see, so you're seeing each number and you know the 5 branches, the 5 main branches that we examined today, right? So let me know when you're finished matching. And as soon as you're finished, you could go ahead and start answering. I'll ask one person at a time or so. So match. Randomly, I want to ask you it in order. So don't think you're going to, yeah. Let me know when I could stop scrolling. Everybody had a good view? Oh, let's see if I can. Good. Oh, it's showing like this. I'm going to give you 2 minutes more. Finish? Finish? Okay.
Yes, miss.
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
miss.
Okay, great. Good. Akisha, number 5. Match number 5 for me, please. In this case, you have to tell me the name of the branch, right? Because remember I said we can't, you guys can download it or so, right? Next class,
Yeah.
it will be better.
Number 5 goes to agriculture engineering.
Very well. What are you seeing in the picture? Akisha?
A machine.
Very well, a machine. A drone, and then in the far, you could see a tractor there, right? Obiki,
miss.
number 2. Number 2, let me zoom this up a bit. Number 2,
Livestock production.
very well. And you notice more than one animal in the picture, right?
Yes, miss.
Good. You have pigs, poultry, but they only have one type of poultry there, which is chicken. Remember I said ducks, geese, somebody said turkey. They all fall under poultry, right? Kristen. Kristen, number 3.
Yes. Number 3. Agriculture
Which one?
production.
Which one?
Agriculture production.
Agriculture production. I don't have any with agriculture production there. Look at the picture carefully. Number 3. What are the children doing?
Education.
So, Agricultural education.
Very well, agricultural education, right? They're learning there in that case, they're in, let me zoom up the picture again. Sorry. In this, they're in a nursery, right? And if you notice, they're looking at the seedlings in a nursery. So they're being educated, right? Agricultural education. Akila, number 4. Zoom up on that.
Miss Agricultural Economics.
Very well. Well, the money was a big sell out there. Agricultural economics. Good. All right. Ganesh? Ganesh was silent. Probably, I know he was having internet issues. So, all right. So who wants to take number 1?
Me.
Go ahead.
That will be crop production.
Very well. Crop production, right? And you notice there the combine is harvesting the rice. And we had all our examples being based on rice tonight.
Excuse me, miss,
Yes, go ahead.
but can't number 1 work for agricultural
Cultural
engineering as
engineering.
well?
Very well, yes, because the machine is there, the improved technology rather than the sickle. Yes. Thank you for observing that. Guys, you heard what she said, right?
Yes, Miss.
Yes, miss.
Good. So probably if it was a test, you guys would have gotten a free mark. Good. So let me stop sharing again. Any questions for me in the meantime?
No, miss.
No questions?
No, Miss.
Okay.
No, miss.
All right. So if you don't have any question, I'll ask you a question, right? This is just like matching. Which branch of agriculture is concerned with, or it would involve budgeting? Which branch of agriculture would involve? Go ahead, Keisha.
Agriculture economics.
Agricultural economics. Very well. Someone, Akila, your hand is raised also. Go ahead. You have a different answer? Or do
No, Miss.
you agree? Why? Remember, you guys have to find out what is budgeting for me, right?
Yes.
Good. Which branch? This question is for Kristen. Kristen, which branch is involved in the development of new technology to make life easier for the farmers?
Agriculture engineering.
Very well. And I'm going to ask again, do you guys have any questions for me?
No, miss.
Okay.
No, miss.
So for the next lesson, I want you guys to tell me how soils are formed and where soil comes from. Right? Everybody got that? You could write it down. Take some time to write it down. You got that?
Yes, miss.
Miss, can you repeat?
How soil is formed for the next class. And please don't shop with
Thank you.
my homework. Thank you for participating today. I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.
Bye, Miss.
Bye.
Goodbye.